Morning, Kendallach, here to God willing record over space, and this week's Dvar Malchus for Malchus Bamidbar. As always, learning to bind our souls to God, give pleasure, God, haste, and redemption. And what do you call an alligator in a vest? He's an investigator. Let's have to work on getting some more jokes. Two fish in a tank, one says to the other. How do you drive this thing? Alright, Oz Aleph, the Rebbe discussed that if we look at the way the calendar falls out in a particular year in relation to Yom Tov, we can learn a special lesson that year. That'll help us even understand better the general lesson of Yom Tov. And the points the Rebbe highlighted is that Shavuos in this particular year, one thing it has in common with our year is it went Shabbos, Shavuos, Shavuos, with no interruptions. And that this particular year, when the Rebbe said the Sukkah, went Bamidbar, Shavuos, Shavuos. Here, in this year, I think it's going to go Nasa, Shavuos, Shavuos. So very, very similar. So let's start Oz Beis. Oz Beis. So what's the connection between what we said so far and the holiday of Shavuos, the time of receiving of the Torah? Im Shabbos, how does it connect to Shabbos? Let's look at what the sages say. There's a long debate in the Gemara about exactly when Matan Torah was, how do I say that? Everyone agrees it was given on Shabbos, but there's a one-day debate about which day of the month it was given. And almost everybody says the day that we celebrate Shavuos. I think it's a lone opinion that says one day different. And the thing in the Jewish calendar is that the months, each month goes by the moon. Certain years, an extra month is added to make the holidays fall out in the right time, but the months themselves go by the moon. Now we have a fixed calendar, but for many years it was based on people seeing the moon, coming to Beis Din, reporting they saw the moon, and they'd be asked questions, and if everything went well, they'd make a big feast. So each month, from the time we left Egypt until the giving of the Torah, you have Nisan, the conclusion of Nisan, the conclusion of Iyar. There's a possible swing day on either of those months. So leading to this, this fluffy bit leads to the difference in opinions between exactly when the Torah was given. But everyone agrees it was given on Shabbos. It was just a question of how pregnant were the months. How many days did each month have? But let's at least focus on what the Dvar Malchus Bamidbar is saying here, that everyone agrees the Torah was given on Shabbos. So there must be some deep interconnection between Shavuos and Shabbos. Since everything is in Torah with the ultimate precision, how much more so the giving of the Torah? That the Torah was given on Shabbos, and that everyone agrees. It must be some deep internal connection between Shabbos and the giving of the Torah. So let's look at one of the reasons. Shabbos in Yana Menucha. What's Shabbos all about? It's Menucha, rest. Shabbos is about rest. Kamaimer Chazal, Mahaya Olam Chasam Menucha. What was the world lacking when Shabbos came in? It was lacking rest. Or Shabbos Bavnucha. And Shabbos came and brought the rest in, and now the world is complete. We should have the ultimate rest in the days of Mashiach. We should have the ultimate redemption right away. Loshin Birchas Hamazon. Shabbos is said Loshin HaMishnah. And when you say the blessing after eating a meal with bread, when you bench, particularly on Shabbos, there's a line towards the end of the benching that says, "Blessed is Hashem that should let us inherit the day that's all Shabbat and rest forever and ever." Loosely translated. That's a loose translation of that line. But what we do see is for certain is that we see Shabbos is very much connected to this idea of menucha, of resting. So a day that's all Shabbos and rest forever and ever. B'gashi Yisrael, and with extra emphasis, Beloshin Tefilas Minchas Shabbos. You also see this concept in the Mincha davening on Shabbos, Yom Menucha, Menucha Shalom, Menucha Shlema Shata Rotzeba, in the Shemona Esrei, the central prayer in Yiddishkeit, which we say, the Jewish men say 3 times a day, God willing. See, in the Shabbos Mincha prayer, which corresponds to the Mincha offering, Menucha is very much stressed. It's a day of Menucha, it's a complete Menucha, it's a rest of peace, a peaceful rest and a complete rest that Hashem loves, Hashem desires in it, that it's a very restful day. And even more languages of Menucha you can see. But the true Menucha came into the world through the receiving of the Torah. Alright, so first, we just finished a paragraph where the Rebbe made it clear what Shabbos is all about is Menucha. He brought it from a Ma'amar Razal, he brought it from the benching, he brought it from the Mincha davening. You see Menucha, 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 Menucha all over Shabbos. And now the Rebbe is saying that the complete Menucha came through the giving of the Torah. If we look at what the sages say about the verse in Bereshis that there was evening and there was morning on the sixth day, the special Hashishi, the sixth day, striking out Hey Yisrael Alamali. What's this, I forget what you call it in English, definitive Hey for? Why do I need this extra Hey that really makes this word strike out? This comes to teach you that Hashem stipulated with the work of creation, and he said to creation, so to speak, that if the Jews receive the Torah when they're supposed to, then you will continue to exist. Creation will go on. And if they don't, God forbid, then I'm going to pull the plug on creation, revert it back to nothingness. So this got creation pretty worked up. Hashem stipulated that if the Jews take the Torah, you can keep going, and if they don't, that's it, game over. So you can imagine they were a pretty nervous bunch, so to speak, until the Jews received the Torah. Once the Jews received it, they were pretty chilled out. They were very restful, which I think is what we're about to say. Moshe Kosov Eretz Shekta. I don't know exactly how to say the vowels, but the land was fearful, and then it was quiet. And then it was silent, maybe I should say. Tchilas years, so Shekta. In the beginning it was afraid, and at the end it was quiet. It was okay. Alright, that's the end of another paragraph. So we're seeing that the ultimate Menucha, the ultimate rest, is affected by Matan Torah because all of creation was shaken in their boots until this day. They didn't know if they were going to exist anymore or not. The Jews accepted the Torah. They said, get to exist. So that's the true Menucha. Shabbos is Menucha, but then a person's going back to work and on to the next thing, so they can have a better Shabbos the next week and a better. It does bring a certain Menucha, but it's back to work. But this whole a finished, we are going to continue to exist, like it's a done deal. That happened at Matan Torah. We work and we have Shabboses, and we work and we have Shabboses to get to the ultimate Shabbos that we're going to have the Gula Shlema Mita, the ultimate redemption with the Dvar Malchus Bamidbar at our head. And that'll be a certain permanent state. The state will have really changed to a permanent, godly state where we can learn Torah all day, and we can live by Torah law, and we can see the offerings in the base of Mikdash, and the Kohen Gadol with the tzitz on his head, and all this cool stuff. That'll be a permanent change. But now within our work week, a person has Shabbos, and then they have work, and Shabbos and work. But in terms of the status of the world, will it exist? It was a questionable state until the Jews accepted the Torah. Now it's in a permanent state. It will exist. So that's the ultimate Menucha. The complete Menucha. It's like it's a set, it's done, it's not, you don't have to worry about it going back to a previous state, it's settled, it will exist. That's why everyone agrees. This is one of the reasons everyone agrees that the Torah was given on Shabbos. It just makes sense. The Shabbos is about Menucha, and the giving of the Torah is about the complete Menucha. It makes sense they will be connected. Since through the giving and the receiving of the Torah was affected the peace and the quiet in the world. The ultimate completion of Shabbos comes and Menucha comes. Because Shabbos is going to come, and then Sunday's coming. But by Matan Torah it came, it's here, it's never left, it's always Matan Torah, so to speak, in a certain way. That was lacking during the 6th day of creation. Shabbos came and brought it in. It's an interesting way to finish it off. More complete Menucha that was accomplished on Shabbos. Shabbos is here. We can receive it every day. We can be in a place of Torah, receiving the Torah every day. We can have this peace of Menucha every day. And you should have it. Shiach now.